For more, let's cross now to our Berlin correspondent, Nick Spicer. Hello, Nick. So what exactly are these emergency measures that Germany is taking?
Well, the Vice Chancellor Robert Habeck, pardon me, who's also the Economy and Environment Minister, announced that he would be launching phase one of possible 3 phases in rationing gas, in monitoring the situation. So what it means now is that companies will monitor how much gas they're consuming. The government will do the same. If they get to phase 3, there will be rationing, and that means that some companies will simply stop operating. The priority will be, however, maintaining gas to households so that ordinary Germans can maintain the warmth in their homes. Gas prices have already gone up. I just got a bill yesterday, an increase of 30%, and that's the case across the country. Germany gets 40% of its gas from Germany. So rationing is something that is definitely on the horizon. If cutting off gas supplies, as the Kremlin has threatened at numerous occasions, is something that should come to be.
Now, Nick, it seems that there's a little bit of confusion now that Vladimir Putin seems to have slightly backtracked his prior announcement about accepting payments in rubles. What does this kind of mixed messaging suggest then?
Well, we have some clarity now. The Kremlin was threatening to cut off gas supplies to what it called hostile states, which is to say the countries that have imposed sanctions on Russia unless they paid for gas in rubles. And what that means in concrete terms is basically the hostile states, the countries rather, forgive me, who are imposing sanctions would be propping up the rate of the ruble against the euro and the dollar, thereby ensuring the purchasing power of Russian citizens and cutting off the effect of sanctions on the Russian people. And those sanctions have been really hitting long and hard and have been coming into effect over weeks, and the ruble has been coming back to a certain extent. But it looks like the countries that are continuing to buy Russian gas will insist on paying in rubles, pardon me, in euros and dollars as they've been doing up until now. The Kremlin has acknowledged it and saying that basically they can pay into a Russian bank, which will then buy rubles, which basically means the Russians will be propping up the rate of their own currency instead of spending that money on other things, infrastructure, schools, or indeed the war in Ukraine. So it's a bit of smoke and mirrors on the Kremlin's part, but it has backed down on that issue.
All right, Nick Spicer, thank you very much for that update from Berlin.